Tony Bro. You on?
Yo, what's good?
Yo, what's going on with you, sir?
Man, I'm all good, man. I'm chilling. I'm in good spirits, man. I got a nice workout, went running, drinking water. Like, I'm good, bro.
I heard that, man. I appreciate you taking that time, bro, for real.
Of course, man. Of course. No doubt, man. I had to come through, see what's going on, man. What's up with you?
Man, last time we really had a strong debate, man. It was years prior, man, 3 years ago, maybe even 4 years ago, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we was talking this battle rap stuff, man. Platforms was different, all type of stuff, man.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. That was a minute. That's why this whole thing is crazy, man. I'm humbled to be up here, you know what I mean? What a difference. What is it, like 3 years ago, maybe? I feel like it was like that.
Yeah.
Like that. That's how deep because that was like in the blue era of Angry Fans Radio. And like, you got to understand, like, that was a long time ago. I know some people that hear this is like, yo, that's crazy. Like, that was years ago.
I think this was like prior to like B-Dot and Danny. This is like a while ago.
Yeah. Prior to all of that, I think it was before the West Coast made their run. Which you called, I think back then. It was years ago before it happened. But a lot of guys that's hot now, they was battling then, but they wasn't quite ready yet. So, but you saw the potential very early. So that was dope that all came about. And now you are one of the leading voices in West Coast, media and stuff like that. I think it's ill. You know what I mean? It's a cool origin story for real. You know what I mean? That's what I think.
Man, I appreciate it. Man, like, I had to learn from people like yourself, man, because all I knew was I wanted to cover it. So I had to, get the structure and the know-how by just, tuning in and listening to yourself and others, man, who really done pioneered this, for the culture, man. Salute to you for all your hard work.
No, I appreciate it, man. So that's why I'm always humble when somebody says that, because it's so many things that I've messed up during the years, you know what I'm saying? It's like, anybody I think who's good at this whole thing is probably will tell you the same thing. It's a lot of missteps that I've made. I'm open to whatever questions you got on that. But, it's been a lot, man. It's been there's definitely times I didn't want to do it, you know what I'm saying? And kind of the people that support what I'm doing kind of, they'll, oh, yo, Tone, there's another show. Yo, that last show was crazy or whatever. And it's like, nah, I got to, like, you know what I mean? The truck drivers, the people that's at work, the mechanics that just got the podcast going, and we give them, if you on the Black Compass Patreon, we give you another hour of content on top of the content that we give you on the radio. So it's like, you kind of taken care of, to be honest with you. So it's like, for that 2 shows a week, man, people, it's like, you got to keep providing that, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. Consistency is hard in this whole thing. I know you've probably seen that in this, right? Like, consistency, like, real consistency, like not slacking, really covering shit, really being out there, really, taking note of what's going on. Like, I like to know what the new shit is, you know what I mean? I got the big focus on, like, the newer battlers and shit. So it's like, it keeps me crisp on, like, what the latest and greatest is. But sometimes it can be tough, and other times you got to come up for air. I don't know. I feel like I'm talking too much, man. My bad.
Nah. You all good, King. You all good, King. Now that's definitely a fact, man. I mean, me myself, I know just because it's been a little over 2 years now for me, having this West Coast Battle Media platform, and I could definitely attest to some highs and lows. Like, there's definitely been times where I'm like, man, I don't even feel like starting a radio show today, man. Maybe they don't need one today. Maybe I could just do one tomorrow. And you notice over time, man, like it be in the moments too when you see people and what they really, how much they value what you do and how much they appreciate what you do, because you get those people who reach out and they're always looking forward to hearing your opinion, or they're looking forward to the coverage, man. So, that love in battle rap is real, man. When it's real genuine of what you're doing, the love that comes back in return, man, it's very dope, man. So salute to the whole battle rap culture.
Without a doubt.
So
man. Definitely.
so let's let's take a trip to the beginning, man. How did Tony Bro get his start in battle rap in media? How did it all start for you?
Yeah, so how do you get to the place where you have Black Compass Media? How does it get to this place now where it's, it's a respected platform? Like, how does all of that happen, right? So for me, I started off just kind of like I was listening, I was watching battles and shit like that, But first of all, I didn't know that even though it's a small community of us, I didn't even know it was that many people who were also into it. Because, you get people from around the way that's really into it. And, you come across the barbershop, so they had the Smack DVDs playing in the background. They might be playing while you're getting your haircut. Like, I'm from that. You know what I mean? Like, when I was in college, I would leave the school, go get a haircut, go see my mom, and go get the DVDs. I was that dude. And then take my ass back to school. You know what I mean? College, right over the bridge. So, you know what I mean? Like, so I had a good little setup, man, like every other week, when you go get your haircut, you pick up the DVD, go see your mama, check in with the homies, and then take your ass back. So that's what I did, you know what I mean? So that's how I got into this battle rap shit. But I think as far as the radio, it was really, man, to be honest with you, it was Caps, you know what I'm saying, early on with his shit, with, I felt like what Unbiased was doing and what Jay Black was doing was dope, too. So those three brothers, man, that really is what got me, really into the media side of it. Like, yo, it's other people that cover this. That's dope, and it, so I kind of start off with Angry Fans Radio calling in just on some like, yo, let me just call in and see, get my opinion because I hear people talking. I'm like, that's some bullshit. I have a different opinion. So I call in. I start voicing my opinions and things like that. And I think Caps went through a couple changes with the co-hosts, man. I mean, him, Tim, and Three Letterman, to me, were the best three on radio doing it. And, I mean, still, I remember when they broke up, that was so trash. I remember feeling like, damn, that's ass. But then he kept it going.
I remember them days.
Different co-hosts and stuff. You feel me? Yeah, you was around for them days, man. He had other co-hosts and everything. But I never really felt like it was the same chemistry with him, Tim, and Three. That is just my personal opinion. Those are my favorite doing it at the time. You know what I'm saying? So, but then I started calling in, giving my opinion. Caps was petty, so he, want to debate other people, and I got my little Stuart Scott / like I don't know, Bob Costas type bag that I get into sometimes when I'm talking about battle rap. So it was very cool sometimes. Me and him would be on. He just had me on, and we was just going back and forth. This is back when Posey used to call up. When Polo, everybody that's on Black Compass now, we all started up just calling up, talking our shit. Then we just had debates. He would hit us up. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you come through, you give our opinions and things like that. But then it kind of worked its way to a co-host slot. To be honest with you, on some like, yo, bro, I don't know where so and so is. You think you'd be able to get on because you could talk, you know what I'm saying? You know what you're talking about, you're knowledgeable. Boom. So that's where it starts. Tony Bro, you know what I'm saying? So, and it was like, all right, cool. So I kept getting a couple of those under my belt. At first, the fans, they fucking hated me. The way that I did it, yo, listen, and that's what, hopefully during the course of saying this shit, people can learn, like, bro, they hated me, son. When I see, like, okay, anybody starting out blogging, doing anything, not just in battle rap, anybody who's ever done anything, whether it was painting, singing, playing guitar, crocheting, whatever the fuck you do, that you put on YouTube, building birdhouses, niggas hate you when you start. I don't know what that is.
Talk that shit. Oh, my God. We're done DeMarco at, man.
Nico, what is that, bro? Like, what is that? Like they hate you, son.
I remember them. I remember them posts about you after every show. There'd be a post. Bruh. Tony Bro tripping. I don't know what he talking about today. This nigga wild, and I'd be like, oh damn, we going in on the already?
Damn, son. But I later, I guess what I started to realize other people had a similar experience. But for me, it's AFM, man, and at the time, that was, one of the authorities out here. It's a lot more media out. But at the time, man, the shit that happened on Angry Fans Radio could get a nigga like not booked, you know what I'm saying, or a matchup booked, or
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? I distinctly remember there's a couple of battlers, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to Rum Nitty. It's in the archives. Him calling up on some like, man, I'm nice, man. Niggas need to book me. This some bullshit, this and that. You know,
I remember that.
Like,
That's crazy. It's crazy to think about that now, but I remember that show,
isn't that
man.
crazy
That's
to think about now?
crazy.
That's a fact. That's crazy to think about now. So it's like, you know, but there's so many moments on that platform that were like that. You know what I mean? And I think eventually it's just started to be like, all right, you know, all right, you co-host, and you know, I was going through a couple of different things career-wise, moving. I moved to the Bronx, and then I'm able to go to events. You know, I live in Jersey now, and so it made it a little bit easier. So, yeah, we just kept growing, man, kept going with things, and things were pretty good. I would say, you know, I learned a lot during that whole process, man. I learned a lot, and I took some losses, too, just by putting my foot in my mouth or not being just in tune with who I was, because, you know, once you start to develop a following and people, you become like an influencer in the culture. It's like, you know, you have a certain responsibility. And for me, I'm very cognizant of that, but that also makes you very cautious. I warn against anybody being overly cautious, because people can detect bullshit in this culture. So you be overly cautious, overly, you know, conciliatory. It's not going to work. Be yourself at all times. So, and that's like, it sounds simple, but I'm telling you, son, when them comments start to pile up, you're like, yo, you sound like a white boy, son. Like, I don't know how I read it in like a 90s. I read it, you know, it's like a stereotypical Wu-Tang voice, but like, this nigga sound like a white boy. This nigga ain't never been outside, nigga. Like, all the comments, I was reading that voice, like, this nigga don't know what the fuck he's talking about. What do you mean 2-1? This nigga ain't from the hood, man. What are you talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? And it takes a while to develop that, like, yo, fuck what these niggas saying. You know what I'm saying? And I realized
that's a skill set in itself, man.
Yeah, you know what made me realize it, bro? And I did some bullshit. I'm gonna tell you this. I did some bullshit. One time, I had called one of the battles 2-1. I get my, you know, this nigga don't know what the fuck he talking about, son. This nigga trash. Why Caps got him on the show? I get all that hate mail, right? So I turned around another show, and I called the other way. Man, this nigga over here talking that bullshit. This nigga don't know. And I'm like, yo, okay, all right. So I'm not gonna win. All right, let me just take the bullshit and start going. So that's when shit started getting cool. And I was on the platform for a while, man. You know, I like I said, I don't want to do this interview. I don't want to go too crazy, but yeah, I was on the platform for a while, man, and I learned a lot. But you know, like all good things, they have a season. I think, you know, they in a lot of ways. You can't necessarily dictate that. Now, I'll leave it there for you to ask me whatever follow up you're gonna ask me next. So.
Oh yeah, you know, from there, because you know, because I was around, man. At the first people I even seen blog, and I don't even know if you remember this, but a guy from the West Coast named PB, he was actually the first person I seen, and after him, Bias was like shortly thereafter, like within like a month or two, like right after him blogging. Caps, you know what I'm saying? Because this is back before Caps was Caps. This is back before Jay Black was even Jay Black to people. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was before anybody really had those names and those brands built at that time. So like at the very beginning. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? Back then, and just seeing to where it built now, I always remember, you know, you were somebody, especially in those the heydays of AFM, you really brought structure. Because I'm not gonna lie, the callers, myself, we didn't care about structure. We seen Caps talking that shit. He going in, he talking crazy. We like, okay, this the type of shit I'm talking about. This the barber stuff.
Yeah.
Call us and talk crazy. And you were like the one to bring structure and actually ask like dope questions. And it would fuck up sometimes for us, because we'd be like, we want to talk shit. You be like, well, bro, how do you feel about this? And what if you going to do? And you'd be like, well, I mean, hold on, I didn't think about that. Like, you would just set us up with cold questions, and they'd be like, oh, dang, okay, this dude's a little different. You gotta be on your P's and Q's. You come trying to debate him stuff. You know what I'm saying? From there, and then, you know, just seeing to where you are now with the Black Compass, man. What ultimately the decision to start Black Compass and to really build that platform to where it is? Like, honestly, man, you really are like responsible in part for two of the biggest battle rap platforms in media. Like, I don't know if anybody gives you that kind of credit, but you are responsible for.
Man, I appreciate that.
But, like,
I'm humbled
that's major. That's impact.
Yeah. Well, see, for me, man, to be honest with you, man, I appreciate that. I'm humbled by that. It was my decision to be a little bit more structured is because I'm like, well, what am I good at, right? I can't, like, the way Caps does his shit in one take. I remember, like, me and Caps chilling together. He like, yo, turn it on the camera and just going is not easy, bro. Like, niggas cannot do that. Like, so some of the people be clowning for doing that shit in one take, like, that is not easy, bro, and be effective like that. That's what Chris and Black was doing. Like, they was one taking it, going. You know what I'm saying? So I know I can't do that, and I know I don't have I don't always have the witty like somebody like Posey, right? Posey just can come up with the just ridiculous, like, yo, how did he come up, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just like almost effortless, like, comedic bits and stories and stuff like that. They all have that ability. I knew for me, I'm well studied, I'm well read, I'm articulate. I know how to form certain questions in certain ways so that you can't really wiggle out of it. And I got a little background in high school debate, so that shit is funny saying that, but that shit actually does help, bro. Like, so, and then it was like, okay, well, let me ask the most precise questions I can. And when I'm not in the battle rap stuff, I'm really into politics. And if you're into politics, you also into watching the news. And the way that news anchors ask certain questions, the people that I consider great news anchors, they ask a very surgical question so that you can't really get out of it. And now I'm about to get some detail that everybody else can't get. And I used to like interviewing cats and being like, let me see if they ever got this one before. You pick up subtleties in the battles or the interviews and stuff like that, and you try to apply it to the interview or just to the conversation just to open it up. You know what I'm saying? And there's other people that might have noticed the same thing, but maybe they know how to phrase it or whatever the case might be. So for me, it was like, yo, I could pick that up. So let me toss this out. You know what I mean? So that was the way that I sort of contributed, just using some of those other skills I had in other areas applied to battle rap. So it was like, all right, cool. We got Caps, crazy, outspoken, irreverent dude, and then you got me, the sort of prep school, you know what I mean? Like, sounding, even though I ain't grew up like that at all. I grew up poor as shit, but, over time, I developed the voice like that. So, hey, may as well use it. You know what I mean? So you got me with the NPR voice, the TED Talk voice, and Caps like, yo, fuck all that, nigga. Who won? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was a good dichotomy. That's really what it was. But
that's a fact.
To start Black Compass, bro, it's a lot, man, that went into that, man. You know what I'm saying? It was tough. It's tough to, because, like, the fallout between me and Caps was, that was not an easy thing to come by. You know what I mean? I had already kind of left before because of another situation I thought was beyond, what I wanted to be a part of. You understand? For me, this battle rap shit is a super hobby. So when it becomes not a hobby and not fun and not and stressful, then I want to not be around it. You understand? Yeah, you have your disagreements here and there, but it's like, bro, after a certain while, like, you don't have to be arguing niggas. Like, you don't gotta go back and forth with people. You above that. So I don't know. I didn't like the way that things were going. I felt like the outward perception of things should have improved. You know what I mean? And we're trying to push toward doing more things, expand it a little bit, bring in more audiences and stuff like that, and just expand content. So that was the approach. So when, you do things that kind of hold us back from that continuously, then it's like, damn, that's a problem. But you can't disrespect me on air and then in front of people that I don't even know and then expect me to come back. I'm sorry, I can't do that. It was just too much, man. And I don't begrudge him or anything like that. And even in the moment, I wasn't tired of him. But it's just like, nah, bro. Like, I can't do that. I've earned a certain following, and I've earned a type of respect out here, and I can't let you, like, do what you do and kind of take that away. You know what I mean? Or and not even on that.
No, it's real talk.
Man, like, I don't in my personal life, like, niggas don't talk to me like that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, nobody talk, like, I don't have no beef. I'm not saying I'm some super tough, everybody clear out when I walk in a barbershop type nigga. No, I'm saying that most people, if you like, 95% of people, I can comfortably say, think I'm a cool ass nigga, and I get nothing but positivity from people because that's all I project. So if niggas coming at me sideways about some battle rap shit or whatever, then I'm like immediately, like, hold up, this don't even happen in my real life. What the fuck is this? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, long story short, that's really what it was, man. Niggas wasn't seeing eye to eye. Shit said on air that can't be, that I wasn't feeling. Shit said in front of niggas I definitely wasn't feeling. But then after everything disbanded, it was like, yo, all the messages, bro, was like from league owners to battlers to fans to people like that. Yo, we still want you to be around. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, I was definitely humbled by the amount of people that reached out from other platforms. Like, yo, if you wanted to get down, just say the word. You know what I mean? Shit like that. You know. But I figured, man, let me think about it a little bit, and then that's when it was like, nah, you know, the homies called me and shit. Posey, Polo, Driz called me first and was like, listen, what's the move, bro? You know what I'm saying? So then that's kind of how it got started, man. We added Rome at the beginning, and, you know, but now it's just us four, man. That's what it is. It's a long-ass story. My bad.
Oh, no. All good, man. See, I love a conversation like this, man, because a lot of times in battle rap, man, it's so impersonal. All it is, well, who won the battle, who you have in this next battle, who do you want to see them. Like, you never really get to hear, like, people's background in this. And a lot of times, man, that's the type of conversation I love to hear just because it's different. It's different than just the everyday battle talk. Like, we could talk battle rap for 20 hours a day, but, you know what I'm saying, these kind of conversations are what I tend to, you know what I'm saying, like a lot more just because it's like,
right,
I get to know the person, you know what I'm saying, and it, you know, just builds, you know what I'm saying, within the person. So,
yeah, no doubt. I just, you know, if you have any questions in the middle of my soliloquies, man, let me know, man. Just tuck right in on there. I'm saying this as a that interview people too. You know what I mean? So some people don't got no
most definitely, man. You unpacking your narratives, man. Like I say, if you hear me say the word narratives,
unpack it. I like.
I don't know if you noticed, but like in the West, I guess just out here locally, man, the word narratives, I've kind of like, I don't want to say branded it, but that's kind of like the word of choice. So anytime somebody in the culture says narratives, whether it's on Champion, Black Compass, anywhere, they're like, oh, that's from Nico. So it's kind of like that's something I say a lot. So even if you made a comment, I'm like, oh man, talk your shit, unpack your narrative. That's kind of like my thing. I always say. Yeah, I don't. It just kind of just because of people I used to watch on YouTube and stuff. They always say that, like debaters, like, oh, let's unpack this. Let's unpack this. You know, the narrative. Don't change the narrative. Control the narrative. I'm like, I gotta. That's a I like that. Let me say that. Unpack.
Man.
So just kind of you know what I'm saying.
Change the narrative, hell yeah, narrative switch like that. But yo, so anyway, so Black Compass begins, right? And it's Rome in there at the beginning. Rome had already kind of had a following, a pretty sizable following, right? He had a lot of sort of acumen in terms of Discord, which is what we have, you know, pretty big Discord and stuff like that. You know, insight on the technical level, and I use my time for because we didn't launch until February, so all we were doing in January is planning everything out, logos. We just want to do everything right and just be slow with it. So logos and getting the sort of technical knowledge of like, hey, this is how you do this. You know, what sort of sound editing equipment do we want? Do we want it to be live? Just decision type shit. You know what I mean? And I'm learning stuff at the same time. It started off pretty good, you know, all things considered. Us four, we had been on the radio for the better half of 2 years. So, and a lot of shows we had already done on AFM, we'd done them together. So if you want to be real, Black Compass started, it really actually did start on AFM, like the staff, right? Our chemistry, some of the ways that we interact and shit like that. That was already formulated on AFM, you know. And like that last year that I was on, I hosted a lot of shows by myself. So, you know what I mean? Or with these
That's
guys
when
or whatever the case might be.
that's when I noticed with you that like in my eyes back then, I kind of felt like, okay, he could do this. Like, he could have his own show. Just because I remember those shows where it was like Caps would kind of dip off and maybe he was doing something else or he couldn't be there.
Yeah.
And he would just run the show. And I just remember even then, I'm like, oh, this dude natural. Okay, this like something he could do. Yeah, so I remember we used to always like have the conversations like in the post, like, man, it's Tony Bro, the MVP. Like he really putting on because, you know, sometimes when Caps couldn't be there, you would step up, and it's like, oh, man, he's stepping up. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's get up on here and debate. Let's go ahead and talk this shit. So, now, salute to you.
Yeah.
Man. We definitely seen that early, you know what I'm saying, with you. You know what I'm saying, the structure and the way that you could, you know, get people to look outside of just the common 2-1 and 3-0 type of narrative. You would always, like, bring it back to some really interesting questions that would take a second thought. You know what I'm saying?
I was always an X's and O's lyrical miracle type dude. So you gotta like that attention to detail to me was important, man. But you know, the thing about the media shit and even working with AFM or working with Black Compass, like the one thing I feel like you gotta know rights and responsibilities. You feel what I'm saying? Like that has to be in order with the entire team. So the moves that I was doing with AFM, Caps knew about. I don't make moves without the team. You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm that type of guy, and I don't like to be presumptuous, you know. And so when we start off Black Compass, the one thing that I was like cognizant of is, damn, is there gonna be backlash? Is people gonna be tight of this? Is people gonna? Because you know that initial like, oh, you niggas come from this and that or whatever. We got a couple of those messages early on, but very quickly it shifted toward, all right, well, this is the new normal. Okay, I fuck with these niggas. You know what I mean? Like it shifted to that very quickly. There's some hiccups along the way, but we kind of ironed them out. Our early shows kind of sound extra rough and staticky, which I'm not necessarily proud of, but that was what we had to work with. Our first logo was good, but in hindsight, it's sort of trash. But you know what I'm saying?
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
Tell me about it, dude. But my very first radio show was also my first interview. I was interviewing B-Dot. Mind you, this is before he battled Verb. This is at the height of the Verb thing. So he actually gave me the exclusive on like why the Verb battle fell through and why he wasn't like he giving me a whole bunch of exclusives. Mind you, I'm calling in through like Skype on the laptop. It's cutting out every 5 to 10 minutes, so I could barely even hear what's going on. Luckily, I had Wing True. Shout out to Wing. She was actually one of the first folks that helped me like get started, and a couple other people as well. And they they really kind of like held it down for me because I'm panicking like, oh my God, is the show cut off? I can't talk to him. I would call, they would like reconnect, and I hear him talking. I'm like, okay, cool. Then it would get quiet, and I'll say, okay, let me answer my question real quick. But that first show was so chaotic. I didn't even know how to edit. I didn't know how to get it to YouTube. Like, I literally, I had to just research it. Okay, let me look all this stuff up on the fly. I'm hitting up people like, hey man, I'm doing this West Coast media thing for the West, man. Yo man, if I post in these groups, like I'm just trying to make sure I'm dotting all the I's, crossing all the T's, and just make sure that I'm good. And yeah, I definitely know what you mean by them growing pains, man. The logo.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot at first if you don't really like have back on the fly.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean.
That's a fact. I mean, it's tough, and people will hit me for like advice and shit like that. Which, first of all, I'm like, listen, man, I've done like good in this whole thing, man. But advice, I don't know if I'm that nigga to be giving advice. You know what I'm saying? But okay, I'll shoot. You know what I mean? But usually, initially it was kind of like, all right, well, why are they asking me? But now I get it because I do have a level of growing pain. But I always tell people too, like, listen, man, like, especially with creating content, especially with, working on your brand or whatever you're trying to bring new, you want those growing pains, man. You want those, like, look back and like, damn, remember when I downloaded that bullshit software? That shit was trash. Like, you want that type of, like, oh, remember I worked with this janky promoter or this janky fucking graphic artist sent me this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want those type of stories under your belt. Those are just different notches. Like, you know what I'm saying? Every time you progress, you're going to run into a different snag, man. So all the struggle is relative. But there's no amount of advice I can give anybody to prevent you from dealing with that. Even if I wrote you a script on how to do this shit, like, you still going to go through your own, you know what I mean, pains and shit. So it's better that you just go through it. You know what I'm saying? My advice for anybody that's trying to do any media stuff, that's just the part of the game that you have to accept. But you have to be receptive to people coming at you or whatever the case might be. You know what I'm saying? So that's the other thing in media that is like, because it is very competitive, man. It is. So I don't really listen to much media. Like, I listen to people on a time delay. Like, I'll be like a month late on J Black. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a month late on Champion. Like, I'm months late on shit, on breakdowns. Like, I barely even watch anybody's breakdown. Like, I just don't do it because I don't want to mistakenly say, like, because people now are so good. Like, now, let's talk about now. Media now is very good. Like, very, very good. Like, niggas is nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, they nice. So you gotta, like, it's who's coming with, who has that best chemistry, who has the best content, who's informative. And it's like, yeah, you know, one of them games where you're given a certain amount of money and you have to select, you know, things that you're going to make your niche, and you only got a certain amount. You can't be A+ at everything. You got to find what are the things that can make you the best or stand out in a certain area. Like, is it quality? Is it, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it speed? Is it, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to figure out what that niche is, or else you're just going to be derivative. You can't have the mentality like, nah, we're going to do it just like them. No. Do your own shit. Trust me, it's better. Yeah, I get it. You're not going to get the views super quick, and it's going to be ass. You know the worst shit is too, bro, on some random shit, is when you start your page, start your YouTube page, and you have to look at 0 subscribers.
Man, listen.
Nigga.
I've had to really go through a change because coming in the West, like, and like I said, we had, shout out to PB, he was one of the original bloggers, you know what I'm saying? He really stopped talking about mainstream, like top, I was to say main stage battle rap to just talk about the West Coast scene. You know what I mean? And like, you had dudes like Kato's from the West, you know what I'm saying? Like, you had a couple people from the West who actually, you know, did some blogging and everything and, you know, did it. But when I came in, man, like, the one thing I had to really get over fast was the low view count. And I'm thinking to myself, like, man, I'm putting on for the West. I'm trying to make sure that this is good. I'm trying to make sure that the West is heard. I'm trying to make sure that everybody has a voice out here, the radio show. And mind you, I'm doing all of this, like, solo. Like, still to this day, this is pretty much just me. You know what I'm saying? Doing the whole West Coast battle media, the blogging. And it's like, for me, I'm thinking of it more so like, I want the West to win. So whether it's myself who becomes that voice, whether it's I'm putting in all this groundwork and somebody else comes in, I just care about the West because it's like I've been a part of battle rap since I was a kid. Just ciphers and freestyles, just where I was growing up. I'm 4 years old, standing in a damn circle for people battling on the corner in Sacramento. So it's like I've been a part of battle-related stuff my whole life, and it just followed it forever. So it's like a passion. So for me, the first thing I had to get over was, okay, this interview I just did with Geechee Gotti when I first started, it got 10 views after like 2 or 3 days. Okay, this interview I just did with B-Dot, and he's talking about this situation. Oh, this only has like 15 views. Like, I had to get over that quick and just say, you know what? I'm not gonna count the views. I'ma just in my mind, how I had to keep telling myself was, it's not about the number of views, it's about who's watching. And once I kind of like got that mindset and just said, you know what, it's bigger than me, it's bigger than the views, put the ego to the side and just do the work, I just started noticing a change. And now it's like, when people are like, oh yeah, I rock with your channel, I'm subscribed, I'm like, you watch my channel? Like, what? Yeah. I remember when I first started, I couldn't even get people to click on it half the time. I'm like, now it's like, wow, like,
it's just all about really, like you said, just being yourself and just being consistent with the vision that it's like, look, whether it does or it doesn't work out, you have to be yourself, because people in battle rap, man, perception is everything. And if they perceive you to trying to be something you're not, that's the easiest way out the door. You know what I mean? Regardless of what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I just had to say was, look, man, I got to figure out how to just do this without the pride and ego, which is tough because, you know, we all have pride. We all have ego. We all want to, like you said, excel, and it is competitive. But, you know, one thing that always helped me was, even though I do the whole thing solo, guys like Geechee Gotti call up almost every single night for a radio show. Dudes like a B-Dot, Stewie Newton. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've interviewed Disaster now. Danny Myers has called up a lot of, like, these people in the West, the battle rappers, and, you know, League on, they all call up so much, and it's like, it's just organic. It's like everybody just helping one another. You know what I'm saying? Out, and that's one thing, like, I found was, like, really dope.
Right. The fact that you got those guys in your corner is for sure a leg up, and the fact that it is marketed toward what the West is doing is important as well. I just think, you know, listen, man, we went through 3 different channels, man, for different reasons. You know what I'm saying? Strikes, flags. You know what I'm saying? A disgruntled former employee went ahead and you know, took the channel. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I remember that.
So this is all. Yeah.
Man.
So each time you're talking about starting at 0. You know what I mean? The first time we was at 8,000 and we started back at 0. You know what I mean? The second time we was hitting 5 or 6 and we started back at 0. Now, you know what I'm saying? We're back 4.5. You know what I'm saying? Like, which, hey, I'm like, I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? But I think we've already sort of made a mark out of what we've done. And then the other thing too is, like, we spread out where we put our things. We have our content in a lot of different places. I think the other thing that gets people caught up is, like, YouTube. Like, YouTube is one way to earn money doing this thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? YouTube is one way to do it. Out for the money. And then if you out for the reach, man, there's so many different platforms to post your work on that people will see. Like, our SoundCloud numbers, like, ridiculous. Like, you're talking, like, you know what I mean, 6,000 to 10,000 an episode, like, on SoundCloud, which is dope. But a whole different audience than what listens on YouTube, than what listens on Stitcher, and what listens wherever. Like, you know what I mean? Apple, like, and you're talking, like, a couple thousand in each of those groups. So it's like, shit, how powerful is it really? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I went on vacation for a week. I got messages from all types of people that's not even, they're like, bro, I listen on SoundCloud, bro. Where's the shit? You know what I mean? Or I listen on iTunes. Like, we need, you know what I mean? So that was the other
I ain't gonna lie. I was refreshing y'all channel this whole past week. I probably listened to that recap show about 5. Listen, that recap show probably about 2 hours. I done listened to that the past week about 5 or 6 times, man. I swear, like, it's just certain people I have to listen, because it's like you said, you get something different from every outlet. But when you have time invested and you just seen people just be consistent and really have, like, a passion for this, it's more than just, okay, I'm listening to them or I'm watching them for content. It's like, no, this person really is for culture. Like, there's a real love there. So out of just respect for that love that you have for the culture, I'm going to go ahead and rock with you, because when you see it, you know it's real. Something like how Gotti says, when you can tell, you can see it in their eyes. It's real. Like, you can really tell when, you know what I'm saying, when it's real, because, like you said, you went through all the ups and downs of trying to recreate a channel. Okay, now I got to recreate another one. Okay, recreate another one. And it's like, now I look at it and I'm just like, man, like, they really been through all the ups and downs and they kept going. Like, that to me is like, okay, that's major. Because most people would have stopped after the first time and been like, nah.
You know, Nico, that was important, man. Like, you cannot give up, right? You can't give up, and you got to find out other things. You got to take risks. We're taking a big risk by, you know, starting our visual stuff, right? Like, this visual lane is so dope right now, what everybody's doing. Us starting that in that path, right, you start at zero. This is the other thing, too, in this media shit. If I can impart any wisdom or any advice, every new feature you add, it's like there was a video game that was like this, where, like, you would unlock the gun, but the gun would be basic, and then you have to do shit with the gun. You feel what I'm saying? So in your arsenal, you got different types of guns, but they at different levels. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to do shit with the gun to get unlock shit. You feel what I'm saying? That's how this media shit is. So think about the same category. Instead of guns, like, think of the features of your platform. Do you have a podcast? Do you have a website? Do you have do you do in the field shit? Do you do in studio shit? Each of those categories, you start off at zero, nigga. So yeah, we feel like we running this radio podcast space. We not in the visual lane yet, and we starting at zero. So that shit is gonna be extra humbling when niggas do their first work, and it's like, you know what I mean? Like, cause I finally got my guy for the in the field visual documentary type style event recaps, but we still at zero with that. That content, yeah, our channel, our podcast episodes get, you know, a lot of views and shit like that, you know, a couple thousand and shit like that on whatever platform, but nigga, we do visuals and they shot in 4K, and I get like, I'm not getting shit. Cause yeah, but the people ain't used to it yet. I ain't unlocked them numbers yet. You feel what I'm saying? Maybe I haven't found my niche. Maybe I need to add more to it. What else can I do to make it mine? So every time you add a new feature to your platform, you're starting at zero, nigga. Zero. So, I don't know.
That's real.
I don't want to give away too much of the game, but nigga, that's where you're starting. You're starting at zero. And that shit is humbling. You got to be able to eat that. You got to be able to eat that. You can't put in the cheat code to, like, skip to the front of the line in this bitch. That's just not how media works. Not in battle rap. You see what I'm saying?
Man, it battle rap is the one place I feel like you can't, like, how the Sixers always say, trust the process. Like, you literally have to trust the process with battle rap media and blogging.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's no, like you said, no fast track. There's no way you can cheat the process and have success. Like, if you don't start appreciating the process and really, like, even to a point enjoying it where it's like you appreciate all them long days and all that content that you upload that don't get the kind of views you want, or don't, you know what I'm saying, it's not really getting the response you want. And like you said, the flag content, the warnings from YouTube. Like, if you're not really prepared and you're not really willing to go through that, it can be some dark days for you on the media side of the game. Like, it's not all peaches and cream. It's not all just 3-0, 3-0, 2. Like, it's not all that.
No. So the other thing too is I tell people, you know, every supporter that you get, appreciate every supporter that you get. Hit people back if they inbox you about your work. All the YouTube comments, if it's a dope comment, man, I'm replying under that bitch. Like, all of that, because this is all goes into your platform. It's a bunch of small things that make it go. But you still got to realize it's all in the crock pot, so you can't go crazy. You know what I'm saying? But the other thing, too, is you get to the point where you start to be held liable for your opinion. Tony Bro gets killed online. I think that's dope. Like, I'm humbled by the fact that if I put out a, you know, like a battle outcome and niggas hate it, I'll get killed on Twitter. I like that. Like, that means that, you know, what I say holds a little bit of weight. Now, sometimes niggas is disrespectful, but, hey, that's just, we got a certain way that we all communicate. Like nigga, you on
battle
dumb,
rap
nigga,
is something else.
Like,
Oh, man.
You know?
Battle rap is like the one place where, like, disrespect just has no bear. Like, people just don't. Whatever standard respectful conversation is and respectful debating is, battle rap throws that out the door day one. Like,
bruh.
They feel like they really in the battle. Like, no, I gotta talk to this man. I gotta crazy right now.
Exactly. You know me though. I like it because we got into the point, man, where it's so many fans. Like, and you too. If you look through the analytics, you be like, yo, who the fuck is listening to this in Japan? Like, it's what I'm telling you. There's somebody that's out in Japan listening to this shit that's mad as a motherfucker. Like, yeah, you know, whatever, or feel away, or is happy, or whatever the case might be. It's like it's fans from all different places, especially like in the Discord. And I'm getting all types of slander from motherfuckers in Scotland, like, you know what I mean, England, like,
bro.
You know what I mean? I'm like, shit. Okay.
Earlier this year, I had my first encounter with that, and it threw me so like I got a comment. Now the video only had like 20 views. I get a comment.
Yeah.
So let me check the comment. Let me go ahead and like it. You know what I'm saying? Comment back and all that, and the person was like, "Oh yeah, man, I'm checking you out from England right now," and like in my mind, I'm like, England? Like it threw me so. I'm like, what? Like somebody overseas listening? Like, and mine, like I said, it has 20 views, so I'm thinking like maybe a couple people in the West watched it, maybe a couple people from the East that I know watched it, but I'm like, England? Like it really like opened my eyes to like, okay, it's bigger than what I thought it was, regardless of what the view count is. Like, you really are, in some ways, reaching out to different parts of the world with it. You know what I'm saying? Your voice carries some kind of weight with people in other places. You know what I'm saying? That's like where the responsibility comes in, where it's like, okay, let me go ahead and step up. It's time to step up. You know what I'm saying? Just like.
Right. Yeah, and it makes you, it's definitely, man, it's an inspiring feeling. Like, damn, he's really called up for England and slandered me. Like, and I love my English cats because they always seem like they like the hardest of the, you know what I mean? Like, it's Geechee Gotti, Shotgun Shug, and Tay-Rock are my favorites, bro. I'm like,
oh,
like
man,
none of that lyrical bullshit, isn't it? Like, they'll get at me like, none of that, these nerds, none of that shit. I'm like, wait, you sound like you got tea and crumpets on deck. What are you talking about? Yes, man. Like, yes, bro. Yes, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? We do this over here, bro. It's nothing sweet, bro. Like, so then they start getting at me like, oh, you think it's sweet in South London? Like, we'll talk to you. Like.
Shout out to Art. Shout out to Arts for that South London bar. I think who was he battling? Twerk over there. Yeah, he bitches South London. That was a dope moment right there. Because they really went crazy. I'm like, oh well, Arts really.
That's a fact.
All right, Arts, talk your shit.
We got cats out there. So remember, they lost the artist out there named Cadet, and we had guys in our Discord and stuff like are from there that was like, bro, give a shout out to Cadet. Give a shout out to Cadet, bro. Like, London really appreciate it. I got letters back. People like, yo, that was real dope that y'all did that. He was a big deal over here. Like, just real dudes from out there. You feel what I'm saying? So I fuck with England anyway. This heavy Caribbean, heavy African population. So that's right up my fucking alley. I'm like, yo, y'all got hoods out there. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, the international thing is cool. I think the focus on like the newer battlers is good, and then all the regions, man. I'm like, yo, if all the regions are good and it's competitive, that's when battle rap is the best. I'm like, the best time in battle rap to me was the Midwest movement because you had a groups on each side that was seasoned enough to pull that off. When you got parity on the coast or parity within the regions like that, bro, because right now, honestly, you could do a Civil War shit. For real, or War Games type, regional tournament type shit, for real. You really could do that. It's that good right now. It's that competitive. You could take, and they could be, or for all intents and purposes, don't diss nobody. There could be mid-tier guys from the West, East, Midwest, and South that you could put in, you could throw in the tournament right now. You could do that. And if you want to bring
we done had them conversations so much, man. I be trying to tell them. Sometimes I be just wanting to drop videos, just talking crazy, just to get the ball rolling. I be like, man, do y'all understand?
Yeah,
like a starting five, get 7 people, go off. Like, because we had that when Gotti actually first kind of was emerging in early 2017. I think around the Stewie Newton battle, like right after that. That was at like the height of the West versus the DMV, and that was kind of really in its real early stages. Like B-Dot had already kind of went at them a little bit. Him and Jack Away had a little thing going on. Gotti had kind of jumped in that. I know one of our local guys here, the Kid Clutch, he was going at him. So it was like we really had like a little mini movement where it was like, okay, we're going to start going at him. And I don't know what kind of happened with that, but I always be telling them, like, man, the way things have been going the last 2 years – everybody's on their A game pretty much. Like everybody is up. Like now's the time. Start creating them storylines. Like the Midwest did that better than anybody. Like they literally came in the game and was like, who wants smoke? Like, fuck y'all, we
Right.
coming over here to smoke. Like, and they backed it up. And I'm like, that's what battle rap's all about, that competition, just that raw grit. Like, nah, we coming over to your section. What's up?
Shit, man. Right now, the way the Midwest looking, man, they could do that they on that new Midwest movement wave. Truthful, Fonz, LL Cool G, Showstopper, Killer B.
Shout out to LL Cool G, man.
Nice.
He done came over here a couple times, man, and he done really put in work, man. His last battle, him and Billy Boondocks had a main event, and from all I'm hearing, they had
bro. He
hell
was
of a
fired.
battle.
He was firing that shit. And it was he's dope. He just dropped the project too, and it's like what I feel like with that is like, yo, we gotta support our guys, man. Every culture, every scene that I'm a part of, they invest in themselves all the time, son. Like I used to
Talk
be,
about it.
like, you may not believe this, but I was real big into like metal and punk and shit, right? So I used to hang out with a lot of punks, man. You feel what I'm saying? So when the festivals and all that would come in town, shit was already paid for. Niggas had already pulled money, like, yo, nah, we doing it like this. You know what I'm saying? Food, like whatever. Like it's a sense of community. Like, nah, we'll invest in it. Like whatever. Or we try and bring this person, that person. Niggas would just do it. You feel what I'm saying? They didn't have trouble investing in the things that they like. So like merch tables would be cleared off. Like we all types of buttons, CDs, everything. Like let's just buy it because this is what we fuck with. You know what I'm saying? So battle rap is big enough to the point where fans really gonna have to make critical decisions on what they invest in their bread in. You know what I'm saying? And where the money is going and all that shit. And we gotta protect shit that we care about. You know. I realized, you know what made me realize that though, bro, on some real shit was when the channel started to get flagged. And like I looked up and like Angry Fans Radio was gone. That's a library, bro. Like it's like burning a fucking library. Like that's crazy. That's crazy. Like
battles,
you know what's
and all
on
type of stuff
in the
over there.
Angry Fans Radio catalog? All types of just vintage arguments with, you know, dudes before they went crazy. Like basically like a PG interview with Briz and T-Top before anybody knew who the fuck they was. Like, just all types of classic shit that you just cannot get back. Like,
R.I.P. Young B the Future, man. He had a battle on there, man. Like, this is way back, like 2014.
Yeah,
like,
son, rest in peace. Wow. That is a fact.
A lot of history on there, man. Like,
you know
like
what I'm saying?
the history
so we gotta
that
things
you
that we care about, man. We have to. Because what we don't want, Nico, is what happened with, like, the 80s and early hip-hop, where it's just, like, some dude giving you, like, they giving you their version. I trust their memories and shit like that. But they probably giving you, a tall tale version. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, man, Ice-T walked in. He slapped the shit out of a couple niggas and grabbed the mic and, like, nah, like, yeah, it's probably something like that. But it ain't really happen like that. We got the footages and the audio, so we got to preserve that, you know? So, and take that shit off of YouTube. That's what I think. But that's for another occasion, my brother.
Most definitely. So, on the topic of media and bloggers, I wanted to ask you this because I feel like you would have a great narrative, great opinion on this. So, if there's one thing you would like to see media do more of, what would that be? And what would you like to see media and bloggers do less of in battle rap?
It's definitely more collaboration. Definitely. I think we do a pretty good job of that. I think we could collaborate and do media day. Like, we should sponsor media day for an event that we feel like is important. So, like, say, you know, so like for Gnome, right? Gnome's coming up, right? I don't know what URL has set up, but maybe the trusted media could get, you know, put together a few coins, get a little place, get a venue going for live media. Everybody, you know what I mean? Everybody could show up type shit. It'd be open to all the credible media to ask questions and do what they do. Similar to the NFL media day. NFL doesn't actually put that. It's like the people that interview them put that shit together. You know what I'm saying? Like the APs and the sports and all that. So it's unbiased and it's nothing like that. And have it be a true media day. I think that'd be a dope idea. I think we should collaborate on some charity stuff. I got some very cool charity ideas that I think would be very dope. And, like it's up to the battles if they want to be a part of it. But I think we could use our platforms in different ways to sort of benefit the culture overall. I think in terms of more things we can do, see, the events thing happens, right? Like people, hit the events. I get the events angle. I do think that the more of the top bloggers should go to shit. That's what throws people off, right? So because here's the problem, like it's not that all of a sudden go. Like I see Ben Swayze, Let's Talk Battle Rap, you know what I'm saying? Like Direct and fucking Uncle Rod and Hip Hop Is Real.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people outside. I see people outside. I do. You know what I'm saying? And then a couple ladies that are out here doing their thing too. I do see them outside. But I think the faces of blogging, like the people who are really pulling in the numbers, the fact that they don't go, it does sort of it doesn't sit well with everybody, I feel like. So that's just one thing. I mean, I don't know if that's that big of a thing necessarily, but for me, I'd use it to help my commentary. So it's like, why would you not want to go to an event? Because it only really helps what you're trying to do. I think I used to be anti-diss blog, but sometimes you gotta let that shit out, bro. Like, I'm sorry. Sometimes you gotta tell a nigga about himself real quick, and then, you know what I mean? But I'm glad you got that.
Hey, on that point, sidebar on that point, commentary the past few months about Cassidy and Goodz, the way you were going at Cassidy, and even that recap show.
Yeah.
That's almost legendary at this point because you literally, like you said, Chicken Gang was not trying to hear anything you had to say. And the way you would come back every show like, nah, we here. We talking about this. Yeah. Call up. Where Chicken Gang at now that he that's legendary shit because it's like you maintained consistency and kept the same energy. You was like, look, if he does good, I'm going to give him his props. If he don't do good, I'm on his line. And you keep that same energy with everybody. That's the one thing that I feel like is dope is when people like yourself, they get on a battle rapper, but if it's another battle rapper doing the same exact thing, you get on them too. It's not picking and choosing who you want to hold that standard to. Everybody gets the same standard. If you're doing your work, you won't fall in line to get cooked. And that's dope.
Yeah. And you know what? And that comes from a couple things. That was something Caps was big on. Like, yo, bro, I'm gonna tell you the same shit I told this motherfucker because when it comes time to deliver bad news, you have to have a certain amount of credibility. And if you ain't keep the same energy on another situation, it's just you don't have your credibility on the issue is dead. You know what I'm saying? So it's not always easy because I actually do have people that I'm cool with in the culture that I want to succeed, but I can't actually help you succeed by lying to you. I can't do that. I wasn't raised like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, my hey man, right never wrong nobody. That's what my mom used to say all the fucking time, even when I didn't want to hear that shit. So it's just like, listen, you gotta hear it. You gotta hear it. You know what I mean? And then the people, the supporters of battle rap media, man, they rely on you to keep it real. And if you're not keeping it real, people gonna hold you accountable. You know what I'm saying? So but I'm not in favor of us tearing each other down and digging into each other's personal lives with the disses. Like if it was all like just on some, friendly grudge match, say we doing some promotion for a month, we on some friendly grudge match shit. You know what I mean? That's cool. Like I like that. But guys can't do that, it seems like, without going super left. You know what I mean? And the guys who probably do that, like, ain't doing it. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. And then, you said, what do I want to not see as much of? The second part of what you said, what I want to see and what do I not want to see? I don't like, okay, so say if there's like a negative thing that happens in battle rap, right? Like inevitably somebody's gonna blog on it, but then there's more blogs on why people shouldn't be talking about it than talking. You know what I mean? So it's weird to me. It's like, why do people do that? Like, they still need to be like, yo, y'all should shut up about X, Y, and Z. So it's making me subconsciously think about the thing that you're telling me not to think about. That's just how human nature works.
Yeah.
So it's like sometimes there's a little bit of concern trolling in the community. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I don't know if I got to unpack that term, but it's like you fake concern, like at a
fake outrage
conference or some shit. Yeah, she just the kids are just drinking so much juice and like she's not really worried about that. She just don't want to spend the extra bread on juice. Like, nigga, you just cheat. You don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Like, fans don't really give a fuck, right? So once I learned that, it just helped me get over everything. Literally, like it was a moment. It was an epiphany I had. I'm like, y'all really don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I guess another thing too. I don't know. Media has improved a lot, man. Media has improved a lot, but yeah, I don't really have too many critiques on what guys are doing now because certain shit that was happening ain't really happening no more. Trying to diss niggas to get popping, that lane is dead. So, and thank God, because I'm like, nigga, I used to look up every week. Fuck Tony, bro, that nigga's a bitch. Like, what? Like, what'd I do? So, yeah, but that lane is dead,
those were
man.
strange times.
You know what I'm saying? And it was weird, man. It was weird out here for a little minute. I ain't gonna hold you up, you know what I mean? But it's gotten to a point now where I'm like there's other ideas that I have and like things I want to bring to the culture, and like in order for me to do that shit, I need to we may need to expand some stuff or cut back. So like you got to make these trade-offs, right? And then I don't picture myself doing this for super long either. So eventually you want to set it up to where you got some new guys coming in. You know what I mean? That's just a forward thinking type of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's just that, man. And then yo, show love to niggas that's rapping. Like, this is the shit I hate. All right, let's get to it. I thought of it finally. All right, so look, a dope ass battle will come out. A bar fest. Niggas went ham, niggas went crazy, right? Now these mid-tier guys probably need to shine. You know what I mean? Same fucking week, somebody gets outed for sleeping with a tranny. Like, what do you think is gonna dominate the headlines, my nigga? Like,
yeah,
that's the problem I have. I'm like, bro, like, make the battle rap come first. Even if you're gonna cover some left shit, cover some other shit too. Like, don't, you know what I mean? And then to me, the other thing is, like, fans be so fake about it. Like, it'd be 100 comments on you. Like, if you came out with some shit on some scandalous, gossip, you know, type shit, right? You came through on some shade room type blog, and under that shit, it'd be, first of all, you'll get mad views, right? And yo, man, I can't believe niggas is doing this, and mad dissing comments. People just want to be fucking outraged. It's so weird, son. That's weird, but we gotta keep that shit out of this culture. That's how trolling gets legs, for real, you know. So
that's a fact. No, that's real talk. Cause listen, man, the trolling back in the original days of Facebook groups, trolling looked nothing like what it is right now. Like, trolling then was kind of like the Clips 3.0. It was more kind of playful. Like, it really wasn't mad extreme. Like, over the years, it just started getting worse and worse. Like, now it's to the point where people be like screenshotting, taking like pictures from your page and talking crazy about your family, your loved one. Like, that to me is like to the point where it's like, that's not battle rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, once it gets taken out the confines of battle rap, that's when it's like, for me, I'm just like, okay, now you guys know if you come to an event and you seen by this person, you know, you setting yourself up for failure. Like, and I had to, like, myself being here in the West, one thing that I always prided myself on was if I say something about you in a recap, oh, this wasn't good, this ain't it, you were choking too much, you're stumbling, you need to put more time into your craft, take it more serious. I prided myself on going to the very next event that was in that location that person's from. So if I'm talking about somebody from L.A. or Compton or something, okay, I'm going to pull up to this event. Now, I know you're going to probably get your rounds off. You're going to think that you cooking. Okay, good. We're going to have a conversation, and after that, it's going to be a form of respect. And I noticed the more and more I did that, the less and less people would have an issue with what I was actually saying. They're like, okay, he actually shows up, or he'll at least reach out if I, say something to him and we can have a real conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
Nowadays, it's like somebody will say something crazy about somebody. They don't want to pick up the phone. They don't want to answer the DM, and they just, he trying to hit me up right now. Look at this bitch-ass nigga trying to talk. Like, it'd be like,
yeah, that
it's
shit
too
is
much,
weird,
man.
son. I'm like, damn, was you waiting on this? Like, yo, I ain't gonna say the brother's name. I'm not gonna say the brother's name. But I had a dude do that to me. He said some shit, and I literally went to his DM. This happened a couple times. Like, this is more than one person. Right? Like, you'd be like a blogger type, personality, up and coming, maybe doing their thing. Okay, cool. So they jump out the window or something, or I make a joke on Twitter or whatever the case might be, and then they say some foul shit in response. Like, they'd be like, oh, niggas is weird, and I'll leave a little funny emoji like, oh, that's weird, like, whatever. And then niggas is like, yo, fuck you, nigga, that's why, and then they'll say some crazy shit. That's why niggas is going, whoop your ass and whatever, which is not true, by the way. Listen, I'm not a smart like that. I'm not going to get into it. But it's like, they go extra left with it. So then I'm a type of person, listen, I'm from Rochester, New York, man. We don't let beef linger. Like, you'll see the person the next day. My nigga, like, it's not a big place. So, I'm like, I'll hit a brother up like, yo, bro, like, what was that, man? Like, I told a little light joke. He went crazy. Like, oh, it is what it is, and this and they getting a tough bag. I'm like, wow, okay. And then I'll see, a minute later, oh, niggas, these blogger niggas is trash. Niggas is soft. Think they're going to tell me what to say.
Oh, my God. I can't stand that narrative. The bloggers. No, it's not the bloggers.
Yeah.
Say who specifically got you in your feelings right now. It's not the bloggers.
Exactly. But this how it goes. This how it goes full circle, right? For me, I see the bait. You feel what I'm saying? And then fucking a week later, I'll get him. Yo, man, a nigga was tripping, man. I guess I just took that the wrong way. You know what I mean? In the DM, I'm like, you was trying to use that to get lit. You was trying to use that situation to get lit. What, I was supposed to shoot back at you, and then you were supposed to go crazy with that. Okay, cool. Like, that be the motive sometimes. I'm like, damn, son, I didn't know we was doing that. You was trying to get a rollout off of that? That's crazy. So, and that's happened more than 3 times. So, with 3 different people. More than that. So, yeah, man. You never know. People try to bait you into saying some bullshit. Yeah, and I wish people wouldn't speculate on the business, man. Like, I got enough conversations and tie-ins with people from behind the scenes to know that a lot of the, I would say a good 95% of the shit you see that talks about the inner business of URL is just not true, bro. It's not facts.
Yeah.
It's just not facts, bro. So I want people to, I don't keep saying it this way, but like, okay, well, look, I'm the type of fan, I don't need to know everything. Matter of fact, I would rather not know as much about people and things as I know now. I feel like I know too much about stuff now, and it ruins it for me, right? Your favorite artist, they got an Instagram. You can see their feeds. They got stories every day. They, you know what I mean, whatever. So by the time the album drop, you like, nigga, I done see you every day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's, nigga, album drop, you like, damn, I feel like I've been around a nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm on every feed and everything that you do. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like I just feel like, okay, me as a fan of this shit, I don't need that level of exposure to what's going on the inside, and I don't like to speculate about that. You're talking about people's livelihoods and money and thousands of dollars or whatever at stake, and a lot of battlers get booked based on their ability to draw. Their ability to draw is directly impacted by perception. So, you know what I mean? So, like, as a blogger or as media, when you put narratives out there like that could impact the bread, you're doing somebody a crazy disservice, bro. And I know some of these guys personally, they rely on that bread, man. Shit, you can knock it if you want to, but some of these motherfuckers battling for $500 and $600 and $250, they need that bread, nigga. Shit, what you mean?
That's real.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we not all rich or no shit like that. Come on, bro. Man, shit. Like, like, yeah, what you got? $1,000? Shit, I'm about to flip that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't encouraging nothing, but you know how it is.
Talk.
Shit, we deal in reality. I see him like his second half and go right to the block. I ain't gonna hold you up, sir. You feel me?
Yeah, I remember there was a conversation. I think it was around that strike period, and people was kind of like, "Oh, well, you living off battle rap money," and it's like, I would never talk down on a man who this is how they feed their family. Like, if this is what you do to feed your family, feed yourself, and it's like everybody has to start somewhere, and everybody isn't where everybody else is. It takes a lot of time. Some people could grind for 6 months and get everything they ever wanted. Other people might have to grind for 6 years to get that same thing that this other person just got. It's different timetables, it's different variables for everybody, and it's like whatever this person's doing that's productive, they not out here doing those slick shit. They, you know what I'm saying? They just battle rap. They just getting in there talking they shit, getting paid for it. There's no way you can knock that. Like that to me, I agree with you. Yeah. That's like one of the stranger things about the culture is like, why would you knock a man for doing something? Like, you got to think about it. All these, the Tay Rocks, the Shugs, and all them, they're literally like the top 1% of battle rappers.
But even they started off like, getting a small bag. They needed that shit.
Facts.
You know? Like
and that's like, for me, it's like you can't knock them because it's like they really work at this. Like, there's no way Suge or any of these dudes, no matter how much you feel about their bars or performance, there's no way they can get booked and have this type of fan base if they weren't putting in a crazy amount of work to keep that spot and even attain that spot. You know what I mean? Like, it just, to me, it's just very interesting to see how people kind of judge somebody for what they're doing. And it's like, okay, now if we shine that same light in your area, what are we going to be seeing? You know what I mean?
You ain't gonna like that, but you know, and the other thing too, bro, is like, you know, that's why I separate the battle rap business from the actual battle rap. So if somebody came up and was like, damn, so you got like, you mad about what he got paid? I'm like, nigga, no, I'm not. I wish he got $1 million for this battle he just fucking lost. Nigga, what are you talking about? He lost. Like, I hope he got paid well, all this bread. Maybe they threw in a little bonus. I hope they miscounted. Gave him more bread than he fucking deserved, nigga. But he still lost.
Fact.
We gotta separate these things because battlers will come on like, I'm trying to keep up. I got like, yo, listen, yo, God bless your family. I hope they fed. I hope you got all your money from niggas and then some. But you still lost, my G. You lost. He got you.
And I think most people, at least the ones who have a logical and a solid base, you know what I'm saying, they understand that. And it's like, okay, that's respect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But things have to be phrased a certain way, Nico. If you phrase this shit on some bullshit, if you personalize it to that point where it's like, damn, this nigga seems like he got a real problem with me. Like, nah, homie. And then a lot of things for me, the reason why it works for me is because my disappointment or my critiques is my shit comes from disappointment, right? Because I know what you're capable of, especially the vets. I'm like, come on, Big T. Nigga, I know what you're capable of. Like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I know what niggas is capable of. So if motherfucker half-ass and I know you don't, I get extra mad. Like if it's an up-and-comer and I already got the expectations set crazy high, so, okay, you slipped up, all right. But if I know, like, bro, come on, man. You know good and goddamn well, nigga. I can't do it crazy every time, nigga. That's what we expect. I'm sorry. We got to keep the standards like this, man. That's how mainstream hip-hop got fucked up. Us being like, you could take an album off. Yeah, go ahead and do that techno single. Go ahead. Like, nah, bro. No. I like our culture because we keep that shit fucking real. And if that shit's whack, there's no amount of politics that can make that shit not be whack. We got to the point in mainstream hip-hop where you can't even call anything whack anymore without getting killed. They try to ruin it.
Tell me about it.
Bruh. What?
I done have full-fledged arguments in groups because I done said an opinion about somebody about like, okay, this isn't my, like I've even framed it where I try to make it as non-threatening, as aggressive as possible. Like, you know what I'm saying? That music just not my preference, but shout out to them brothers making their money. Oh, here we go. Right. One of these old heads just can't stop living in the past. Like, I'm literally showing him love. I'm not even hating. I'm just saying it's not my preference. And you still throwing shade? Like,
What you want? Still, nigga. Still. Like, you was respectful, humble with it. Like, it's not my preference. And, but your young brothers enjoy it. And assalamu alaikum. Like, you gave them everything. And they still was like.
Yeah, they be ready. They be ready. They like, nope.
Then I feel like niggas be loaded up with disses for me that they didn't already thought of. They just waiting to apply it. Oh, that.
Well, I know in your position, bro, like, you definitely have people who, like, they're waiting for the next Black Compass show, and they've got written narratives, they like battle rappers with a round ready to get cute. Like, oh, yeah, I got to be one of the first ones up. I'm about to cook Tone, bro. Oh, Posey think it's sweet. Oh, I got a cold narrative for him. Let me unpack. Like, they be ready. And as soon as the show starts, you be thinking it's, oh yeah, what's good, man? What's on your mind? Oh man, you got the game fucked up. See, you thought. Oh, I'm like, damn, okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah.
They have time stamps.
Like,
oh, you said it this right here. I'm like, okay.
Right.
Well, what's the big thing?
Back there, a couple shows ago, you said like, yeah, we get some of that. You said, hey, Tone, nigga, you said over here this nigga was whack, nigga. What's up now? Like, I'm like, ooh. I like that shit, though. If I tell somebody, yo, go watch this battle, I think so-and-so won this and that, but, go watch. And they come back to me like, yo, man, you tripping, man. I watched the battle 3 times, man. This nigga, man, he did this. And I'm like, you watched the battle 3 times, bro? That's fine. Like, perfect. You know what I mean? Like, that'd be wrong.
Yeah.
But then a nigga clean me up in the debate. I'm like, let me go watch it again. Fuck you. Like, you know what I mean? So it keeps the interest and it keeps it going. And I'm just happy.
You know what's interesting?
You know
what's interesting? Our debate that we had about the West years back, it kind of aged the same way some of these battles do nowadays. Like, I remember when Conceited and Surf first happened, I thought Conceited won the battle. I thought it was a classic. I'm like, bro, best Conceited I ever seen. Surf was going crazy. This is a top 5 battle ever. I watched that battle now, and I'm like, ooh, Surf kind of dirty and kind of like, this is kind of bad. The bars ain't really as cold. You know what I'm saying? It's like time just like it has a way, it has an effect on, like over time, it's just like the same things you felt then, it just changes. And especially with these battles, man, it's like, I don't, like, there's a lot of battles where it's like, no, this person clearly got bodied. And you go back and watch it now, and it's like, they kind of winning. It's like, well, do we rewrite history? Man. Because history has said this was a body bag, and now it's looking like a debatable. It's looking like he won. Like, and it's crazy how that happens with time.
Right. And then, like, so, for, like, Hitman and Verb, for me, I always thought that could be argued either way until very recently in my life. I'm like, because I understand what this nigga Verb is trying to tell Hitman. I'm sorry, bro. He talking to that nigga's soul. He talking to that nigga's spirit. Like, nigga, what? What did you say?
That was a cold Verb.
Bro, you throwing up they shit, nigga. They only know you. Like, oh, man, that shit. It just resonated, man. Cause I done had to give a little speech like that to a couple young niggas. Like, yo, listen, like I've been to your house before, nigga. Like, what he say? It was bubbles, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
cold part about that round with Verb, not to sidetrack, but the cold part about that round is I always felt like he should have stopped after the big joke. Like, that's how you talk to your son. That should have been the round ender. He still rapped. I'm like,
he did still rap.
End it right weird. Like, it's on, like, bro, that's it. Because now once you start rapping after, if you have a choke or something, now you, like, that great round is offered. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody, oh, no, he choked. That don't count. He lost. Like, it's like, when you know what I mean?
In the realm of should have stopped earlier, right? Cassidy in that first round, oh, my God. I got one more. If I hit you and let it end like Dumbo, trash.
That was the most painful battle I've ever watched. And I think it's painful because I'm like, bro, it's almost silly how much of a Cassidy fan I remember just like when Cassidy first came on the scene. Like, I remember hearing about him before the whole freeway shit. I remember hearing stories from people out there in the East Coast that was like around my family members. My family was like, yeah, there's some young nigga out here named Cassidy. He talking shit. He be rapping. I'm like, Cassidy. I'm like, I ain't never heard of him. And then the three-way shit happened. It was like, whoa, like, and I just remember every time an album dropped, okay, y'all going crazy for the songs, the hotel, okay, y'all going crazy. I'm going crazy for the Hustler versus the Problem. I'm going crazy for Mars versus the Hustler. Like, that's what I'm playing. I'll be at school debating, like, who won? Like, it's the same motherfucker, but who won? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, that's the type of shit that I was on. So to see him versus Goodz, bro, it, like, the first 8 bars, I was like, okay. But even listening to the bar quality, I'm like, these bars ain't really, top notch. It's just nostalgia.
You gotta go
but
back.
It's hidden.
After that initial reaction, you like, wait a minute, that was cool. It was really all that.
It hurt, bro. It really hurt, bro. And then what hurt even more was just like the way he went about talking about it's like, bro, if anything would have humbled you, this would have been it. I mean, you battling somebody who you say you beat, clearly, like, how many, they said they battled 15 rounds, or how many rounds him and Goodz rap for, and you losing on the big stage, on a neutral stage at that.
In Atlanta, They're not beholden to Goodz, but there's a way, and he kept saying the science bullshit, and I think a lot of people, you know, I ain't
the fucking science,
man,
bro.
A lot of people got caught up in the hype because this promo game was godly. The promo game was all-time great. It was all-time great. And, you know, that is the big takeaway for me, is the type of hype you can build off of just talking that shit in the proper way. You understand? Because that selling the battle was really a lot of it. You understand? So I said before, win, lose, or draw. And I think he's going to lose. I still want to see him again. I'm holding to that, because what he did for that card and what he did for the culture, for the casual fans, even if he picks another matchup in a volume or whatever the case, wherever he goes, he's going to get in more casual fans into this shit. And he builds excitement. He's good for battle rap, period. And I think, the other thing, too, it's another thing I don't like that people do. Yeah, Cassidy lost. Give Goodz his fucking credit. There are two sides to a battle. If somebody gets killed, somebody else got a very good W. So shine light on that, too. Goodz needs to get his just due for what he did. Because he could have dropped the ball.
Yeah.
And he didn't. In my opinion, I think he was fucking dope. And he exposed the this is battle rap. You can't just be up there spitting bars. The object of the game is to make your opponent look stupid. And he had us laughing at you. Before you started smoking crack, your life was beautiful. We ain't come here to hear shit that you used to do. Who gives a fuck? Like, we getting right to the shit, man. Like, he talking shit to you. He's funny. He's engaging the crowd, and you know what I'm saying? And then you already at a disadvantage. We know good slogans and the different shit he comes with. Like, come on, man, when he starts off on some, like, I hit Smack, gave him my number, and he called me back. There's no moral to that story, man. That's just a couple things to think about when you niggas rap. Crowd goes crazy because we know Goodz. We know he does that. We know he does. So you don't even get it. You don't even get why we going crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you talk about the science, nigga, science has to be studied. Like, you ain't studied the science. You ain't know his slogans. You ain't flipped the like when he like you ain't gay, but you gay. Like, somebody's supposed to flip that, right? Like, if you Cassidy, you study, you're supposed to flip that somehow. Like, and the crowd would have did it with him. But this is the type of shit you don't know if you haven't been fucking battling. So.
Yeah, I was having an argument with somebody, man, about Cassidy and what his rounds was, and it's funny because so the end of 2017, right? I actually jumped into the ring and actually battled, right? Some local dude out here in the West.
Wait, how did that go?
Okay, so just to let you know, I have 6. I just had a battle this past weekend, so I have 6 total now. But that first battle, Tony, bro, you would have did me worse than Cassidy, bro. I think it was the most terrible 3. Like, I don't even want to go into, the material was dope, the writing. I'm not even going to talk like that, bro. It was so humbling because I've been critiquing these dudes, and I'm like, get in there and smoke, y'all. Y'all crazy. They're like, man, get in the ring then. And they kept, like, poking at me, and I'm like, you know what? Let me earn my respect. Let me go ahead and show y'all that I really know what it is. And I got in there, bro. Yeah. And, I mean, the dude I'm battling, he's not a top net. He's just some local guy. You would see him, like, mid-card, bottom card. And he is killing me. I'm like, this nigga. So like, I'm getting into my third round. I went last, mind you. In my third round, I'm like, maybe if I yell at this nigga enough, this round will, like, give me a win. Like, I started I'm like, I got to scream at this nigga because this is not working. Like, I knew in my head, I'm like, I'm getting fucked up right now. And they killed me for about 2 or 3 months straight. So I ended up battling, shout out to my bro Katos, who does, the blogging and the media. I actually battled Katos in a one-rounder.
Oh, what? You battled Katos?
I got better.
How'd that shit go?
Yeah, me and Katos had a little war, so I got a little better. People was like, okay, we see improvement, but you still trash. Like, I'm still getting killed, bro. So fast forward to, like, this past weekend, I hadn't battled since, like, September. And in September, it was, like, the biggest local event called Magnitude out here where pretty much the best of the best come on the card from the West. We all get on the card, and we just have random battles, but it's basically putting on for everybody, right? Like, all the best leagues. You get your best five, you know what I'm saying? Get all your starting fives out. So I ended up getting a battle kind of last minute, and I had, like, one of the standout performances. So I'm like, okay, I finally earned my respect. Then this past weekend, a few weeks ago, I'm like, okay, they offered me a plate. It's in my city. I'll take it. And the difference I noticed was like, okay, 2 years ago, I was getting smoked out the venue and getting talked crazy to. Now, I'm saying shit where it's like, even the dudes who are going like band legacy, they're telling me, hey, this shit you said was dope. And I'm like, that's like for me where it was like, okay, that's the kind of work that needs to go into this. That's the kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Just like this is what it takes pretty much. Now I know when I'm critiquing you, I can't just say, oh, well, preparation's easy. You do. No, I know how much time it takes to prep. I know how much time it takes to write. I understand. Like I'm not a puncher. So for me, coming up with creative punchlines, not easy. So I don't expect everybody to have it easy. I just expect you to try and put effort. So it's like now my perspective has changed from I'm just going to be hypercritical, y'all suck, y'all not trying hard enough, to, okay, I know exactly what y'all go through in some way because I've done it. I've been in the trenches. Now I've actually proven myself. Now I can represent this whole region properly because now y'all can vouch for, okay, no, he's dope. He actually is good, okay. We respect his critique. So that's kind of like how I wanted to do, like, get my respect as far as media. I know it was unorthodox, but that was kind of like my way of doing it 6 battles later. But when it comes to Cassidy, I felt like the round I brought last weekend, I would have smoked Cassidy boots, bro. If you put me on that stage, I would have killed Cassidy. And people were getting mad at me like, oh, you can't say that. Cassidy would have wrapped circles around you, bro. I would have outbarred him. I would have punched on him, bro. He'd have punched her. I would have punched him, bro. Like, I would smoke his boots. And it's like, for me to feel like I could smoke Cassidy, bro. Cassidy was God at one point, bro. Now I feel like I can smoke him. That, like, to me, that hurt. That's the real pain in it. Like, well, you were God at one time, bro.
Hold on. Because that's dope. But when you say that, to be honest with you, in my opinion, you got to give that credit to Goodz. Goodz is the reason why you feel like that, bro. Because he could have matched up against somebody else that would have exposed him that way. And I think it's best that Cassidy got beat the way that he got beat. He got beat by a non-lyrical dude. So,
you know what's crazy? People said he would have had a tougher time with Nitty, but I don't agree.
To him that he lost. What you say?
I think Goodz was like the tougher. Like, I know people say like Nitty with his punching would have like really smoked him, but I think Goodz actually, in hindsight, was the tougher matchup because he's an angler. He's gonna break you down. Like, that's a whole different type of smoke than, oh, I'm just gonna punch on you. Yeah, like, it's different.
He has all the intangibles. He has 100% rating in all the intangibles of battle rap that you cannot define: charisma, swagger, crowd control. Like, he has all of that down. Angles, he has that shit down, and he's not a lyricist. So the problem is with a guy like Cassidy, he don't even know. He can't even compute that he lost. It does. It's like he don't even get it. You know, like it's gonna take him.
Listening to him on
It's
Norris
gonna take him a
was
solid month to understand why people think that he lost. Like after it gets on YouTube and he gets to go through those hundreds of comments, he'll finally understand why people think that he lost. And it's gonna fuck with him.
I hope so.
But it's probably gonna make him better because I've heard other battlers tell me that personally. Like, bro, I didn't even understand that I lost that battle till niggas was like, yo, nah, bro, you gotta understand, man. The nigga had everybody laughing at you like on some other shit. Like, we didn't even want to hear your second round.
People
like,
think jokes aren't bars. Like, jokes are bars, man. Like, I don't know why people separate the two. Like, just because he's joking a lot doesn't mean he's not barring. Like, that's a bar. You know what I mean? Like, and if you're making 1,000 people, 1,500 people laugh, like, bro, that's a powerful bar. Like, you know how hard that is just to get, like, 10 to 20 people? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't think people understand how difficult it is.
Yeah, exactly. What T-Top did is not fucking easy. I'm sorry. He's making fun of an employed black man. That should not be funny. It should not be funny.
It shouldn't be.
But it is. Because he's an MC. And MCs can work with anything, man. That, like,
bro, he had somebody dance behind him or on stage with him while he's rapping. Like, you know the kind of timing and the kind of cadence you have to keep up. You can't rap too fast or you're going to skip past this move. You can't say this a certain way because then it's going to take away from what the performance is. Like, everything has to be just so for this to land.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? Because the flip side is you could get booed. Boo, you bringing somebody out to dance. Pause. A man dance. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's 1,000 things that could go wrong with that. So, like, people who are skilled at doing that, just pure entertainment and finding ways to bar around it and rap, which it is battle rap. Like, that's half of the shit is rapping. I appreciate people like that now more than ever since I got in the ring because now I understand. I used to never understand. I used to talk so much shit, man. Like, the shit talking I did when I first started doing media, because I was still, like, in fan mode. Like, I'm coming from a fan perspective and starting, so I'm talking shit to everybody. And now it's like, okay, I understand now. I get it. Now I have so much more appreciation, so people will be like, oh, this person's trash. T-Top, that was trash. I'm like, bro, that wasn't trash at all, bro. That was fire. You're tripping. You're wilding. How can you – are you serious? Did you hear what this dude just – like, bro, there's different things in battle rap outside of just set-up punch, back-to-back punch, 4-bar set-up punch. Like, there's different things, man.
Yeah. And there's nothing that anybody at home could do to replace the feeling of a whole audience laughing at you. Like, niggas, I've seen people after they've gotten body, like, bro, I never felt like that after. When a grown man tells you, like, I never felt like that before. Like, I felt ass, like, whack to my soul. Like, I felt like the worst nigga ever. You know what I'm saying? You talk to one of these battlers who got bodied on the Candid, on the Humble, like, bro, how did that shit feel? Bro, I had no fucking clue he was going to do that. I had a nigga tell me, like, bro, the way that he did that shit, man, like, nigga, like, I might have to, I gotta change. Like, a nigga was really like, I gotta take a break. Like, you know what I'm saying? Outside the event, like, I gotta take a break, bro. Like, I gotta really reconsider what the fuck I'm doing. After getting bodied, bro, you made a grown man reconsider his life goals. Like, that's crazy, son.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, trust me. I was in the building when T-Top battled JC at Traffic, man. I remember watching it on camera afterwards. Like, I could see where somebody watching pay-per-view might not feel like this is that crazy. In the building, bro, I felt like JC his soul was flying to Rich Dollars. Like, I really felt like I'm JC's in my top 5, bro. Like, literally in my top, he might be top 3. Like, he's one of my favorite battle rappers ever, bro. Like, and at that time, it was the Lux. I'm like, I'm like, bro, he has to battle it. Like, nah, he gotta get Lux. And his soul was like, bro, that built the energy. I'm like, okay, this is different. Like, the round may not look like that on camera, but in the building, that T-Top round was damn near legendary. Because it's like like, I'm like, bro, I can't even describe the energy, bro. I just remember 1,000 people screaming at the top of their lungs for every little dance move. Like, I couldn't believe it, bro. Like, that just, and to hear JC come up there and just rap and just punch, I'm like, now I see why people say he's not ready. And that's like when I see battle rappers in person now, I'm like, now I understand what people always say, like, it's a difference in performance. It's different levels. You can write, you can punch, you can deliver, but there's different levels to this shit.
Right. No, that's real. That's real.
Okay.
There's definitely different levels. And, yo, you know what the crazy shit is? Like, you said you were, like, a lyrical person. I'm lyrical, too. I'm lyrical backpack bro. Like, that's me. But, man, bruh, all that shit, sometimes that shit fly right out the window when you get your ass in there. Hitman, I got the burner. You know I got the burner. Like, niggas, all right.
Man, I was just about to ask you about that, bro. I just seen that just now. So let me make sure I get these last few questions out. Yeah. Hitman versus Bill Collector, man. How, after watching it, what's your take on that battle?
Absolutely incredible battle. I don't like to say the C word before it hits YouTube, but that's how I feel about it. Absolutely incredible. I think Hitman, let's do this. What Bill did in the battle, I thought was perfect. He neutralized the angle. I think he made them look embarrassed by what happened. And I think that's the ultimate payback for something like that. They looked embarrassed to me, especially Show Out. He looked embarrassed when Bill was talking about the whole situation. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he even that shit. Bill got Hitman almost cracked a smile so many goddamn times it wasn't even funny, bro. Like that, I thought it was ill. The approaches was good. Hitman started giving that motherfucker bars in that second round, bro. Bars, like bars. Like Hitman was in his fucking bag in the second round. So, man, the battle's so close, man. I'm edging it to Bill, but great battle, necessary battle. It would have been extra dope if the next thing that he did was gave him a Wild Out contract, but hey, a fan could drink. That would have been extra. It would have closed the third out like, bro, I know I did this to you. So, bro, like, here you go, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying, on me. You get a trial run. I cleared the shit with Nick. That would have been so hip-hop, nigga, I might have shed a tear. But, yeah, that's what I think about that one, though.
Yeah, no, I love the after the battle, man, the interviews and the tweets on how it just all came together, and they just got on some grown man shit and just put everything behind them. It was just like, nah, we good, man. I want to see you prosper. You know what I'm saying? I want to see you prosper.
Yeah.
And that's like, to me, that was bigger than the battle. Like, they both were able to say their own perspectives. It's almost like, okay, you haven't been face to face in 7 years, so this is literally the first time you guys got to talk, and you got to talk for 3 rounds. Okay, this is what I feel. Okay, well, this is my side. Okay, now the battle's over. We just had a 3-round conversation. Shake hands. Yep. It's all love. I want to see you prosper. Like, that's dope, man. That's major.
The shit I thought was dope was with Bill explaining, like, yo, you were supposed to be on mentoring, which led me to think if that altercation never happened and we got a 2-on-2, Hitman and Bill Collector, oh, God, man. What? Back then? They were fucking died.
Yeah, that's a crazy thought right there.
With the remix, like, God, I can't even imagine. You know, that's right up Bill's silly ass alley. Like, he likes shit like that. So, them niggas do a nasty ass remix of somebody. Like, I don't know, man. You know. Anyways, yeah.
Hey, last question. Yes, I want to make sure I get this one out here, man, because you know we on West Coast Battle Media. We on Peel Your Cap Radio. We got to talk this Western stuff. So I got to ask you a question.
Yes.
Who are like 5 battle rappers, if you can name them, however many you can name, the battle rappers not on the main stage, so not your Nitties, your Dannies, your Gottis. You know what I'm saying? Who are the people who are not there that you are checking for? And what would you personally like to see more of from the West Coast battle rap scene?
The West guys I'm checking for right now, TK, Saint. I'm like, yo, Saint is fire to me, and highly slept on. You know, Jay Nightwing, of course, he's had his run. I've been fucking with Grizz for a while, so it's dope. But I like Real Name Brandon. I do. I hate his name, but I like him.
That's my bro right there. Yeah.
Like, he be talking to niggas. I like that shit. So
be on the lookout coming up real soon. Be on the lookout soon, man. You're gonna see his name pretty soon.
Yeah, so that's who I'm fucking with for real out of the West. I think Drix is derivative. I think Yak is a little bit derivative too. And you know, I had hopes for Diesel. I was a little disappointed with the Fetty situation. I thought Fetty clipped him, and shit like that. So you know, that kind of went a little bit downhill for me. I see Active pop up on this Town Business card. I mean, I've never been a super fan, so but you know, as always, still watching to see if there's any improvement there, or something like that. Yeah, but I mean, those are mainly the guys that I'm checking for right now in terms of the West. You know,
the only other two people I would say to check for, Billy Boondocks. He's like this year he's back. Like I don't know what the narrative was on him on the East.
Playing, man. Is he gonna bite somebody?
He's back, bro. Like I was in the building in January. He caught a clear 30 at the PG, so that battle I don't think it's ever gonna see the light of day. But he was in rare form. Like this was. He battled a young out here named Ray May. He's in like his first year. He's real dope, but it was just like he wasn't ready to battle. You know what I'm saying? Like it's different levels when you're battling a veteran versus just battling people locally. So, but Billy, his performance was A1, and then he just battled LL Cool G out here in Phoenix. And that battle, all indications is this should be dropping. So Billy is one, and Dre Vicious, like, he should have probably been mainstay 2 years ago.
Actually got in this shit, like, because Dre, I thought Dre stopped, so that's why I didn't even mention him. But Dre Vicious is always dope. So, but it just seemed
he had the best performance at the PGs earlier this year.
Okay, all right. Because I didn't know if he was doing the West Coast dread thing where it's like, yo, you nice and street and you talking that shit and you just gonna dip. Like, all right, cool. Like, so.
Bro, listen, the way he been rapping it, like, he took a year off to kind of focus on his music, which, you know, I had to salute him for. It's like, you know what I'm saying, you got to make sure that you're doing on that side too. But came back this year, one off, you know what I'm saying, Arsenal Disaster, they in the building. He caught a 30. Performance of the night, like he literally like should already be mainstay. So he's kind of like that one that I always try to mention. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep people, just make sure people is paying attention in case something drop. But yeah, those two, as well as the other five that you mentioned, are definitely the ones I would say to be checking for. There's a few others, but that's a good 7 right there. That's a good 7 right there.
All right, yeah, man. You know, hopefully they get them out of that group. In terms of, I think, has the highest ceiling is Saint, who I think is ready. Besides Grizz, I mean, but Grizz I think don't even count really anymore because it's just a matter of just giving him more plates. But Jay the Nightwing, man, Jay the Nightwing is incredible. Lyrically, he is fucking incredible. I need to see if he can survive a solid, good roasting session because I'm worried that he's one solid roast away from getting got the fuck up out of here. You know how that one roast? Because he don't give a fuck at all. But he can rap, but he has to be seeing that shit coming. So if he's battling Your Honor or Gunpowder Pat or one of these dudes like a Fonz, like they'll really start snapping on you, son. Like they'll really start joking on you and shit. And sometimes it can be hard to shake. But I think Saint has the highest ceiling. You see what I'm saying? Like I think that motherfucker is extra nice. Like he's nice.
This year he's been 30 and left and right. He had a PG that fell through that he was supposed to have had, and that probably would have guaranteed drop because it was versus a dude named JUS, who's actually really dope out here as well from the Northwest. But Saint on this Town Business card, he's then already told everybody, like, this is, basically he said he's going for the king of the dot chain. Like, he's like, I'm getting it however I'm, like, so he's already put that energy out there in the way he's been rapping, bro.
Saint with that chain on would be crazy. Saint with that chain on would be crazy. Now, this other thing about Saint is like he's a young guy. That motherfucker's like 6'8". Like, how tall is it? Like, you been around this kid? How tall is this dude? He looks he looks like he's not done.
So Saint about because I'm 6'7", so Saint about a good 6'3", 6'4", somewhere around there. You know what I'm saying? But it's like when he's rapping, I think that's another evolution too for him. Is like because he's so tall, you use that size to your advantage. Like power over certain people.
He's still a kid,
and he's been doing it too.
He got that kid style. Like he's not an imposing. You know what I mean? He can't add on 50 pounds and be twerk, but it's just it's interesting to me because it's like he's not done growing as a battler and like just in life he's not done growing.
His pen is scary right now, and he's still getting better. He's like not even in the infancy stages of the fucking pen. Like the way he punches right now is like I don't think there's really too many people punching like that. Just with the intricacy of a punch, and he back to backs it. He aggressive performance. Like he literally has all the attributes. It's just give him plays. Like give him the big. You know what I'm saying?
He's around the right staff too with YTG. They're gonna make sure that pen is up to snuff. You know what I'm saying? Like you talking about Mike P and Bourne and you know what I mean, A Ward and Mickey Fax. Like nigga, you ain't about to leave the house with some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So he good in that. That's from that standpoint. But he got the street shit though. You know what I'm saying? Like he sound like, you know what I mean? With like how they sound from out there. You understand what I'm saying? Like he sound like that, and that's dope to me. So that shit. Yeah, I'm looking forward to them brothers, man. You know what I mean? But Nico, I appreciate being on your platform, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you taking the time and
like I said,
inviting the brother
I appreciate
up,
you taking the time, bro. Like that's like I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like when I be reaching out to people, bro, I still be in like that mind state where it's like, man, I just appreciate a response, even if it's like, nah, I can't make it. I'm just like, bro, I appreciate. I just appreciate like the love in battle rap and just like anybody even taking the time to even check a message. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that you were able to come on here and chop it up, man, I really appreciate this, bro. Like, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Real talk.
Yeah, man, and likewise, we gotta because we have our, you know, once we start getting into our debating, we get in our biased corners. So I have to represent New York City. So one day, you gotta come up here and to Black Compass and talk your shit about, you know, about
man, every live show I'm in there.
Like that. We'd love to have you on, bro. For real.
Bro, every live show I'm tuned in. A lot of times I don't be saying I want to get cued in because sometimes I just like to listen to the debate. And then there's other times where I'm like, man, let me go ahead and cook on something. And then y'all like, well, we got like 10 minutes left,
bro. You know, I skip the media right to the front.
But I'm tuned in all the time, bro. Like that, like Black Compass really like that for me is just like like when you say quality content, it's quality. That's the one thing about Black Compass to me that stands out. It's quality content, quality dialogue, and that's why I rock with it. You know what I'm saying? So salute to you for all your work in the culture, man. Before we get out of here, though, man, go ahead and do any shout-outs and plug everything that you have going on so that people can rock with you.
Yeah, man. Again, man, shout out to Nico. Shout out to West Coast Battle Rap. Shout out to West Coast Battle Rap Media. You know what I mean? Holding it down, especially in a place that, it's cool to like the West now, but it wasn't so cool a couple of years ago. But bro is always on it. You know what I mean? So I appreciate that consistency. You know, follow me at Tone Capo. That's Tone, TONEQAPO, or Tony Bro on Twitter. And hit the shout out at Black Compass, DA Black Compass. Black Compass Media is on all platforms. You know, SoundCloud, your iTunes, your Stitcher, your Google Plays, things like that. So look at us and all of that. Subscribe to the YouTube page and the Patreon for extended content. So that was like a lot, but that is what it is, man. And yo, go watch battles. That be what I leave niggas with. Like whatever I said, if you hate me, cool. Like go watch battles, bro. Go watch battles and subscribe to brothers making great content. That's all I want to say.
Oh, 100, man. I appreciate you calling up, King. We definitely gonna be in touch.
Of course, man. Hey, you be good out there on the West, man. You know what I'm saying? I know it's kind of weird with the Lakers not being in the playoffs and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a diehard Kings fan, so the Lakers is like they like the enemies, but you know.
You are from Sacramento. You from Sacramento, right?
I'm from Sacramento. Yeah, born and raised Sacramento, man. So, like every time I take trips from Sacramento to LA, bro, I go straight to Laker country, and they let me have it. You know what I'm saying? So trust me, I'm very well versed in that area, man, with debating and whatnot, man.
Yeah, man. Listen, man. I know you miss Mike Bibby. That's all I'm gonna say.
I like our young core though. We good, man. De'Aaron Fox, man. We all good.
Yeah. That's true. Y'all do for a resurgence, but anyway. Until then, man, I'm about to get one of these blunts and you know, smoke some of this, you know what I mean? And get my shit together, man. Until then, you be good, man. All right?
Yes, sir. You too, bro.